Hey guys, I thought I would do a little bit of a favorites video. I don't have much to talk about, so this should be short. Though that said, once I get yapping, suddenly I'm sitting there editing an hour-and-a-half long video. It's a curse being this entertaining or annoying, depends who you ask. But also, the batteries on my mic are about to die because Matt stole my batteries, and then the batteries that he just replaced them with are virtually dead. So I think the clock is ticking anyways. So let's jump into it. Okay, my first favorite is never not going to be my favorite, and really it's just a shout out for me. Flush Ritual and Bear. I'm just doing like a little kind of like quick no makeup type of thing today. Oh, I actually have another favorite. Hold on. I can't believe I almost forgot about this. This has really been changing the game for me. Okay, a lot of you may know the sad but true story of my favorite Bite lip pencil. This is so brutal. Bite obviously no longer exists. What the hell? And my number 12 lip pencil from them is my favorite lip pencil. Didn't get the chance to get any more before they were discontinued, and then Bite as a whole was discontinued. So anyways, I have been trying, I cannot even describe to you how many different lip pencils, trying to find something exactly the same, which I have not successfully done. I haven't found anything that's even moderately close. That said, this pencil from Lisa Eldridge, this is 0N. It's not the same. It's not the same color family even, I wouldn't say, but I enjoy it. Still not more than I enjoy the Bite lip pencil, but like at some point, you just have to fucking move on. So that's what I'm doing. This lip pencil plus Bear is a pretty beautiful combo. If I'm wearing no makeup at all, I can't do lip liner and talk. That's fucking crazy. If I'm wearing no makeup at all, then I'll just do Bear by itself. But if I am gonna do a little bit of makeup, then I've been liking to wear this underneath. It's just like a little bit more browny. The Bite one is more of a kind of like mauvey nude, I would say. I don't know. I think this one looks pretty and I like it a lot. And Bear just like always does it for me. It instantly makes my lips look better. It keeps my lips so that they're never cracked. I can't get over it. It's been years. Okay, I'm never gonna stop loving it. You can use my discount code. While I do my concealer, because this isn't a new fave, so it's not really anything to talk about, I wanted to talk about a podcast that I watched recently featuring Miss Jaclyn Hill. She did like a 2-part podcast and I watched the whole fucking thing. And it was like probably 3 hours total, if I recall. But she talked a lot about like her journey with sobriety and, you know, alcohol use. And she talked a little bit about her ex-husband. She talked about her lipsticks and stuff like that. But I just thought it was really great for her to be talking about substance abuse in general and sobriety and all of these things, because I think that it's specifically with alcohol, not really touched on virtually ever, I feel, or certainly not as much as it should be for how prevalent alcohol abuse is. I feel like it's so normalized in our society to the extent where I think it lends to a lot of people abusing alcohol and then feeling like it's fine or that it's not an issue because so many people drink and it's so normal to drink, which like this isn't me passing judgment on anyone drinking or whatever, but more so just like I think because of the way we are about alcohol as a society, it makes it really hard for people to maybe spot if they're having an issue with it and it's impacting their life. So anyways, I thought it was a very interesting podcast to listen to, and I thought it was a very different side of Jaclyn that I don't think, like, you know, I mean, obviously many of us have seen her online in different capacities over the last few years. And I thought it was just like a very interesting look into her life, and I thought it was really good for her to be talking about it so publicly. And as much as I hate to like call people brave, because I think that sometimes that can just come across as kind of like, it can come across as like condescending, I think. And also I think that it can basically, in a backwards type of way, lend to this whole idea that there's something to be ashamed about by talking about it, you know? But all of that to say, I just wanted to give her a kudos. I did message her personally after I watched it, and thanked her for talking about it, and said that I felt like it was really important and super helpful. And Matt just yesterday celebrated 1 year of sobriety, so it was good timing on our end as well. The next favorite I have, so many of you guys were telling me to get this, and I tried the this is the Lisa Eldridge Seamless Skin Enhancing Tint. And I tried her foundation, and I just like didn't completely land for me. I recall liking it but not loving it, and so many of you were telling me to try this, and I was like, oh, okay, fine. So I ended up getting it. This skin tint is so fucking wild. I want to personally meet and shake the hand of whoever formulated this, because it is insane. It is literally like I feel like a lot of people go on this transition. See, this is the thing. I start yapping, and then it just like really goes down like a bad path. When people start wearing makeup, I feel like the first thing they do is like they start wearing foundation, and then they like want heavier and heavier and heavier coverage, because once you get used to starting to have, you know, base makeup on, you constantly feel like it's not enough. And then you're like, oh my God, I need like more and more and more. And then slowly, like as we age and as we just kind of get tired of like doing our makeup that way, and we just kind of like want something that's like quicker day to day, whatever, a lot of people kind of get to this place where they're like, oh man, I'd like just like a skin tint, like just like something to like even out whatever. And then they go down this journey of trying all these different skin tints, and they're like, man, these suck. I don't know if this is like landing for you or if this is just my thought process. Hard to say. But I feel like so many skin tints, either they're not a skin tint in that they're like more, you know, medium or full coverage, or they're peach colored water. In my case, they're like so thin. And because they're so thin and they have so little body to them, they apply really streaky. A lot of skin tints are also extremely dewy, which like some people love that. Some people don't, the general public. And I just feel like no skin tint has like truly been exactly what I wanted. And that is what the skin tint is. It is mind-boggling to me. So the shade match for me isn't as good. That's the only thing that I would change about this. I'm definitely going to be ordering more shades, because like the second the summer is over, my tan is like, bye, this was fun. So I'm going to get other shades, and I'm hoping that I maybe find a shade that matches like better for me. But formula wise, finish wise, everything about it like is exactly what I want in a skin tint. It's like the perfect level of coverage. It's definitely thin and definitely kind of watery like a skin tint is, but it has enough body to it where it doesn't apply in like a streaky mess and you're sitting there like trying to constantly like go over and over. Like MAC Face and Body, if you ever tried that, for me that was something where once it was applied, it looked really beautiful. I'm gonna probably start applying just to like cut to the chase here. Once it was applied, it looked really beautiful, but applying it was such a bitch that like it almost wasn't worth it. And that was kind of like my first experience with a skin tint. So you can see like, it doesn't have like, it's definitely not anywhere near the realm of full coverage, but I'll just apply it on half so you can see. It just covers like exactly what you would want a skin tint to cover. And I do feel like it's a little bit buildable, especially like if you let it kind of set a little bit, which it definitely does set in my opinion. It's more of a, like it applies kind of dewy as, you know, most liquid things do, but it dries down to more of like a true satin finish, I would say. It's definitely not matte where like I have dry skin, you know, like things that are truly matte are like, so it's definitely not matte in that way, but it is a satin finish. It's not dewy, which I actually think is quite nice. Just because like day to day, motherhood is a blessing and a sacrifice. Wearing dewy makeup around grubby little baby hands, it just doesn't work that well. I just need something with a little more grabbing on, you know? And that is what this does for me. So I just honestly, like, it's, the wear time is great, the finish is great, the coverage is great, the way it applies is great. And I've been selling a bunch of my friends on this lately, and so many of them, they're like, well, what is it like? Is it similar to like face and body? Is it similar to whatever? And I'm like, no, it's not. It's like, it truly to me is in a category of its own, because I feel like the skin, what I wanted skin tints to be is never what they really were for me. And this just is exactly, you know, what I wanted. So if I'm comparing, because I know people are gonna ask me this, if I'm comparing this to the Salt New York foundation, I would say my color match is better in Salt New York. Salt is dewier and it's a little bit more medium coverage in comparison to this. This is more of a satin finish. The color doesn't match me quite as well. I would say my wear time is longer if I'm not setting with a powder. So like if I'm wearing Salt New York without a powder and I'm wearing Lisa Eldridge without a powder, Lisa Eldridge is going to wear a little bit longer for me personally, especially like, again, with like kids touching my face and stuff. So I love them both for different applications. It really just depends like what I'm looking for that particular day. Literally no complaints about the formulation whatsoever. Oh no, my skin's peeling. Okay, well, ignoring the fact that my skin's peeling because I did my retinol last night, I'm just gonna take this on a smaller brush to kind of stipple over my nose. And when I'm doing it on my nose, this is the only area where I can sometimes see it getting like a little bit streaky. So I find that that's helped by like really priming your brush, like pressing it into your brush, wiping off like the excess on the back of your hand, and then you're left with like a smoother finish. But I don't know, I'm just so pleased with that. Everything about it, I love it. There's a lot of good products and there's a smaller selection of phenomenal products. And this is a phenomenal product.
Make sure the volume's up.
Make sure the volume's up so they can hear you peeing?
Yeah.
Well, you gave me fucking batteries with literally one, like here's the whole battery bar. You gave me this much battery after stealing my batteries in the first place. You gave me some recycled 2-bit batteries.
That's why I always say we need to buy more batteries.
So buy them. This is my next favorite. I'm going to do an advance apology. This is expensive and it will be expensive for most of you, which I know most of you are in the States and Canada. But the unfortunate truth is that Australians live an expensive life. It's expensive to get shit over there for them. We have to charge a lot to ship to Australia. And yet this mascara is so good. It literally redefined my tastes on mascara. Vendors, like when you're working with, you know, labs and stuff like that, they will prepare products for shows. So there's like, you know, different makeup shows all over the world. And then you like go, you meet with the vendors, they'll show you kind of like this like range of products that they have, whatever. So they always prepare collections for those shows. And I usually can't go to the shows because I have children and I'm just like not traveling without them. I'm like breastfeeding, whatever. Yeah. And so I haven't been going to those shows the past couple years. So the vendors a lot of times will be like, hey, like, do you want us to send you anything from the show? And anytime they're sending me mascara samples, I'm like, don't send me any samples with a molded brush because I don't want it. I hate molded brushes. I always have loved like a really big, thick kind of like fiber brush. So if it's like a plasticky, like silicone, spiky brush, I'm like, no thanks. And I had posted saying that I had been having trouble finding a new mascara that I loved. And Lauren Curtis, OG beauty YouTuber, reached out to me and she said, hey, like I'd love to send you some of my mascara. It is a tubing mascara. It's a molded brush. I mean, she has like beautiful, beautiful lashes. And she, you know, usually wears like quite minimal makeup, like pretty much like mascara is like the most visible thing on her face. And her lashes always look incredible. This mascara is so good. It just is. Matt doesn't usually comment on my makeup. And he certainly doesn't comment on my mascara. Like if I'm just wearing, you know, like what I'm wearing today, like just a little bit of like a skin tint and a mascara, he would never be like, oh wow, your lashes look good. Every single time I wear this mascara, he asks me if I'm wearing fake lashes and I say no and he's like, wow, your lashes look good. And then I would switch just to see, because sometimes I like to be sneaky like this, I would switch to a different mascara the next day and he wouldn't compliment me on it. It was pretty fucked up. This lash curler is so wild. This is Reefer? I think it's Reefer. It's probably not Reefer, like I'm smoking Reefer. But anyways, they sent me their lash curlers and it's like, I think the thing is that like this curve is different from like a standard lash curler, but it like is so close to my eyeball because of the curve. Like I'm sure that it's a curve that is closer to my eyeball curve, but it feels like it's curling my eyeball skin. It's just too close for me. Almost always, like I would say with pretty well every foundation, or not foundation, every mascara, I like it as it gets old. Like right before I'm getting to the point where I need to throw out my mascara, that's when I like it the most. This one, like right out of the tube, like I like this one less as it gets to, like I'm pretty much at the end of the tube now. It's just like, it separates so well. It's so lengthening. It wears pretty well. Like even if I don't set anything, I still usually, like I might get a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of transfer, but nothing crazy. And I usually only have to do one coat. I'm doing 2 right now because I'm kind of getting to the end of my bottle and I need to replace it. Everything that I previously liked in mascaras, this should not fit the bill for me. Like this should not be a mascara that I enjoy. And yet it is great. Like the formula works so well with the brush. And I do notice a difference. Like I'm typically not somebody who I would sooner just not wear mascara. Like if I'm wearing a like more minimal kind of makeup like this, I would sooner just not wear mascara because I don't know, like I just feel like mascara sometimes for me, it just looks unfinished. So I'm kind of like, if I'm gonna do this like no makeup, then I would rather just not wear mascara and like really like commit, you know? Where with this, like I actually do feel like I would prefer to wear a mascara than not. I am going to be repurchasing some. I'm gonna repurchase some before I post this video because I don't want Lauren to see this video and then send me some because I think that the sale is well deserved. I get complimented on it every single time I wear it. I'm just gonna really pile on my blush because I think I should. Okay, that's it for my makeup favorites. I just wanted to quickly talk about 2 other things because these are things that I feel have enhanced my life deeply. The first is Epres. I've talked about this on my stories a couple times. They sent me PR, and when I got the PR, I was kind of like, I shouldn't have even accepted this because I just feel like I have so many shampoos and conditioners in my life and I just like don't need another, okay? The conditioner I need to speak to specifically because the texture of it is, I'm so sorry, Epres, so unsatisfying. It's like very thin. It doesn't have a lot of body to it. And when you put it through your hair, like, you know, when you put conditioner through your hair and it's like thick and like buttery and creamy and it feels like, ooh, wow, like this is really like enveloping my hair and conditioning. That's like what I normally come to expect from a conditioner. So when I first put this in my hair, I was like, oh my God, this is not going to like, my hair's bleached. Okay, everyone, believe it or not, I'm not naturally blonde. So I just didn't feel like it was going to be conditioning it. And then when I got out of the shower and I brushed my hair, which like normally I don't brush my hair when it's wet unless I absolutely have to dry it right now, because my hair gets tangled so easily because it's fine and it's bleached. So it normally tangles really easily. So I wait for it to like air dry to probably about 80% and then I'll brush through it and then I'll like go in and like air dry it or blow dry it. But I had to blow dry my hair. So I brushed it. And when I was brushing it, I was like, holy shit. Like no matter what shampoo and conditioner I use, I don't care. I'm talking over the course of my entire life, no matter what shampoo and conditioner I'm using, or like after products, like if I'm putting in like a care product or a styling product, my hair always is tangled when I go to brush it. Just like end of sentence, it just is. My brush literally was just like, whoop, like it just slid right through my hair. There was nothing to brush It was so fucking crazy. So that was the first thing that I noticed immediately as soon as I brushed my hair. And then when I was drying my hair, I was like, wow, it seems like my hair dried so much faster, but I thought I was going crazy, which maybe I am. I don't know how we would verify that or not. But then I kind of like oscillated back and forth. I like had repurchased another like shampoo and conditioner that I had previously had, and I was like oscillating back and forth. Like I would use that shampoo and conditioner sometimes, and then I would use Epres. And I noticed consistently every single time I used Epres, my hair was drying so much faster and it wouldn't tangle. Then I just stopped using anything else because I was like, wow, this actually is making such a difference in my hair. So the texture is supposed to be that way. I can confirm that to you. I've talked to the brand about it. The texture is supposed to be that way because they disclude, it says it's a quat free. I don't know what that means. I don't care. It works so well. And it literally says on the back, I came to realize that it instantly helps smooth and detangle all hair types, leaving each strand noticeably quicker to dry and shimmering with high shine. And I would agree. My mom, I got her on this as well. And it says that you can use this conditioner as a leave-in conditioner. I probably wouldn't do that just because like with my hair type, I don't feel like I often need a leave-in conditioner. But my mom has really curly hair and she does use it as a leave-in conditioner and loves it. And this guy, because I started looking into it because there's like a chain of command for me. I think I'm gonna hate a product, so I like neglect using it. And then I eventually start using it out of curiosity, and then I fall in love with it, and then I like deep dive. I like really start looking into like the ingredients, the founder, everything. Why was this created? Who created it? And like, how did you come to this conclusion? The guy that created this owns patents for molecules. I didn't think one could patent a molecule. I thought that I was literally gonna be filming for like 12 minutes. I was like, this is gonna be the shortest video ever, but then I start talking about fucking molecule patents. But he was one of the people who originally helped start Olaplex, and he created one of the molecules that they use in Olaplex to repair bonds. I don't know, I'm not a fucking scientist, okay? Anyways, he is, and he's good at it, so whatever. They did give me a discount code. I will put it in the thing because I can't remember it. And then lastly, I'm so sorry, this is it. Home Court. I talked about the story on my stories briefly the other day, but I need to talk about it again. Home Court sent me a PR package when they first launched. It was like 3 or 4 years ago, I can't exactly remember. And they first launched with like, they had like candles and surface cleaner and dish soap. I think that was what they launched with. And they sent me like a selection of like dish soap and cleaner and a candle and whatever. And they first sent me everything in the steeped rose scent, which I love the smell of roses. I hate rose smell. Like fake rose smell, no fucking thank you. Like I would just not go out of my way to get like a rose scented candle or like rose scented perfume. I just would never. Like I don't typically enjoy that. But their rose cleaners, they smell like, they describe it like the fragrance notes say something like, it smells like a rose, thorns and all. And that is exactly, like it smells like an earthy, like there's like green kind of like notes to it that smells like more woody, but not like synthetic wood. Like it truly smells like a freshly cut rose. Like it's so stunning, it's so beautiful. And so they sent me that however long ago, and I've repurchased the dish soap and the surface cleaner ever since. Like I've purchased that many, many times. I've repurchased on my own accord. And so then I just have come to really love their fragrances. Every time they release a new fragrance in the surface cleaner, I give it a fucking go. They recently launched body wash and like a body butter and stuff that's in the same scent, and it's called either Coco Moi or Coco Moi. I don't know. I don't care. It is one of the best fragrances I've ever smelled in my life, period. I love the idea of coconut fragrances. Like when I was talking about it on my story, this is what I was saying. Like I want to love coconut fragrances, but it's similar to rose. It's like like the idea, get it, and then everything coconut smells exactly the same. So it feels like, it like cheapens it for me basically. Like if I was to get this and it smelled exactly like every other coconut thing, I'd be like, okay, and I could go buy this from fucking, you know, Shoppers Drug Mart for $7 and it smells like the same as this, you know? No. This coconut is so unbelievable. Like it certainly has like a very strong coconut note to it, but it's like so sophisticated. It's like woody. It has a little bit of, I think it's fig or something that's in it too. And like you definitely get that kind of like fruity note, but like it is just intoxicating. Like every time I wash my body with this, I wash it twice because I want to experience it again. And like I like pump it into my hand and I'm like I just like have to soak it in because it's the most unbelievable smell. Like I wish that I was on their development team just so that I could have been there for the moment when like they got this fragrance sample back and were like, oh wow, like we've created we should fucking patent this molecule, obviously, because we've created the most incredible fragrance known to mankind. Sorry. I might be overhyping it for you. I don't know. You can let me know if you get it. But I know for a fact that I'm not overhyping it for me. Like, this is just so next level. I pray that this is not limited edition. And if it is, I'm gonna have to have a talk with them. I have no sway whatsoever, but I can complain bitterly. So look out. Anyways, that's it. Sorry, that did not end up being a short video, but here we are. Bye.